I just wanted to do a video. There's just not much out there. I've only started playing the game in November, just after that patch that brought this out. This is the second account. On my main account, I've beat everything on Reincarnation 8, on model tunes, except for the melee, which I've done 7s on. I just don't like playing melee. I wanted to do a second account, a second save game, so that I can unlock everything solo instead of playing with friends. It does make it easier. Solo is a lot harder. One mistake you did. Though I'd say this is easier solo than with friends. Spiritual Assault, and it's the best way to farm essence. You get about 500 to 600 run, 500 if you die near the end, 600 or so if you make it to the last boss again. Crucial is this one. You can reroll, so money is never an issue, and it is a real issue early game. It can take 10 rolls to get spores on one weapon, and then you're trying to get on the second. And so you don't start pew-pewing until the middle of the run, and if you make it that far. This makes things drop 3 item levels higher, which means instead of around 8 or 9 levels where Gemini start to drop normally, they drop at around 4 or 5 depending on how many enemies you kill. As soon as the first craftsman appears, it's got Gemini weapons that might have, you're looking for a shotgun, an Argus, or a wildfire, the weapon anyway, I forget, the 2 shotguns. So you want shotgun, scavenger, every 50 enemies, and injector scavenger. You're looking for the injector being the rainbow or the radioactive glove. Rate of fire is really important, and movement is crucial. Scrolls you want to get along the way as well. This one's really important for other heroes, not so much for the bunny, but I put it in here because every level you get full ammo rather than just really trying to. You can empty your ammo with injectors, and that's also for other classes. Other heroes don't really need it on the bunny, but I put it there just to show a generic build out that I use across all of the characters. And I beat Gluttony, the last boss, on every tune here. Skill damage doesn't scale well. You're really after things that make weapon damage and defense for this run. It's different, very different what you choose here than you would for the Reincarnation run. One other thing to know is if you're struggling to get past Nightmare is much harder than Reincarnation early 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5 because you get blessings to choose from that just make you OP. So I always choose, when I'm doing Lone Wolf that's playing solo, I do Overpower. You'll get past the first 2 bosses with 300% weapon damage, 300% skill damage, as diminished by the scrolls you choose. You want to be choosing only good scrolls. But by the end of the run, I still had it where I'm getting half the benefit of Overpower by being choosy on good scrolls. So it still benefits the whole run. And then you have to look up your class. Like I gave Blossom as the easiest to do reincarnation on the first mushroom, but yeah, persist getting past reincarnation, and it's much harder. Now understand in Spiritual Assault, your skills, which I'm still unlocking on the second playthrough, none of this matters in Spiritual Assault, so this is just non-existent. Which means you can start Spiritual Assault really now, even if you're just starting to level, to get a few things unlocked in your skill tree. Because to beat the game, the skills really, like any, I've never played this genre before, but roguelike game, you progressively get stronger and you'll need it to be the harder content. So you can see that's what I've gone for so far. And the really crucial ones is etching weapons. So in the second act you can add a Gemini as long as it's got 4 inscriptions on it. You can add a Gemini to it and then re-roll to spores, as you'll see I do on this game. It works for every hero, spores and a fast firing gun, laser, whatever, to plant them. Even on the dog that dual wields, I've done that. You can try some different builds for it. Okay, we're going to look now at the end of the game. Throughout the game I will talk about the difficulty, what to target, what things can kill you, what scrolls to go for. Also, if you're on an account that you've already beat the game and you've got lots of essence, like on my other playthrough, I've got 25,000 essence, so I can re-roll to choose the goblets that you get 2 of in the game to make the certainty of a win much more. In this playthrough, I'll just choose whatever's there basically, because I don't have the essence to spare. I'm using it to upgrade. I can find this actually much more relaxing once you work this system out than playing Reincarnation 8, where one mistake, one slip up ends a run. It's much easier doing the harder content with a second player. The Wild Hunt is the sort of weapon I was searching for, which I'm not going to use now. Just use the Glimmering until, because it won't have Gemini on it. But you're looking for the Wild Hunt or the Argus. That's what I'm looking to drop now. Every 50 enemies we kill, we're going to get a shotgun and an injector. Now, it can drop thunderclap gloves or laser gloves, but they're not what we want to do to pew pew. I want to get 2 weapons that auto target. There's just so many enemies here. It just cheeses the game a bit. Now, if you're lucky enough, it's only happened about 4 runs for me, and I play this bit. If you get Feline Cat, and then you can re-roll Buffer Shield, you will have a certain kill on this boss. You are immune to all damage. I'll put a video up of that later. I've recorded a run that I've done that. So if you're really struggling just to beat it once and unlock something for your character, that's one way to do it. Okay, I've got a weapon there, but we haven't got Gemini yet. So level 3. We're going to have to wait till the first vendor appears. Appears around level 4 or 5. Should appear soon. As soon as that happens, I'll go to the vendor and see if there's an Argus or a Wild Hunt. Any shotgun really, just early game. I just won't upgrade it yet. I can get spores on it. So I've got Gemini on it. Yes, the Gemini's are already dropping level 4. Yeah, they haven't got it, so that's the first weapon. Just to show you how early. That's usually level 9 or 10. It's got to do with now how many enemies you kill quickly in this stage. You will get up to at least level 43 if you play slow and careful. I've got up to 51 just when I've got really good sections, scaled weapons, and I've got good choices in the spiritual goblet. So the upgrades give you weapon upgrades, scrolls, and ascensions. There's a pattern to it. Forget the pattern, but more levels, more powerful you are. Where is this craftsman? Should have spawned by now, but where is it? Oh, it's 5. It's going to be soon. Don't do any upgrades on the left. You're waiting until something drops to upgrade. It's nice if you get something like an injector straight up, even without Gemini, because it's just melts. This is not a good weapon for refueling. Oh, the other craftsman's down. So that will have Gemini on. Now we haven't got much money, we only got 300, so it would be really struggling at this point to re-roll Geminis on anything. You can take 10 rolls I've had. That's got a multiplier, so I'm actually going to get that for my offhand temporary. It's got 9 projectiles and 114 base damage. Really crappy, but we just want to get spores and start, so I will reforge that. So what was that, 5 or 6 rolls, and I'm just waiting for a main hand to drop. I haven't got enough money to buy that just yet, but I could buy that, for instance, with spores on it. Any fast firing weapon that's pretty slow, but you know. Spores does not work until you get it on base. There's a cursed chest there. I'll wait and have a look at that. Just going to let the enemies come down here and spawn because I just want the weapon near the vendor. Sometimes by now I've got an injector and that's straight up. That's alright, it's a dash. Yeah, sometimes you got an injector right now, there's probably one dropped up. No, we got a, here what do we got? Injector, there we go. And we got a shotgun that we could have done if we hadn't bought the other. Oh, I put the wrong one on it. Okay, let's swap hands and go back and pick the other up. The game pauses in single player, that's why it's easier. And now the difference will be night and day. Radioactive glove, you click the right, that kills enemies around, but at this level you just point it at anything. Because it's really the game's making it easy for you now. It's not expecting you to have spores this early, so everything's just pew-pewing. Now, I'm still waiting for an Argus before I'm going to do any upgrading. Now that's got projectiles of 10 and 123, so it's actually better, so marginally. The beauty about this is it doesn't cost you anything to re-roll, so just pick up what works. This is an unlucky run. That's probably good for you to see that, and I'm not enhancing anything yet. Now it's just a matter of killing and getting the shotguns to drop. Would like a rainbow. I'm a bit lazy early game because it's just got a higher damage and it one-shots everything quickly. You don't really get the AoE function of this enhanced speed at this stage. Just got to right click, keep your left mouse button down and auto aim to anything. And right click when it's in the zone. But to show you without right clicking, this is me not right clicking. Probably the longest of them. Oh, there's an Argus. Okay, and an injector. So, and we just got to break. Pick that up. Now we can upgrade. Go to the vendor here. Or craftsman. On the vendor, I'm just looking. You've got plenty of money, or you'll have 14,000 gold by the end of this run. While you're looking on the weapon on the main hand, this is just going to upgrade now. Is you're looking for rate of fire and lucky shot. Now we're lucky here that we've got a little bit less of the rate of fire, but we've got 60% straight up. That first one's useless because we're never unequipping it. The other one you really want is rate of fire on kill. So 50% rate of fire on kill will really pew-pew this. Now I'm going to do my upgrades. So I press 1 and 2 to cycle my weapons, and upgrading only that. Abnormal speed, really nice to get early, gives me speed. Nothing great there. Don't need and use my secondary because I'm doing weapons. You've got to be choosy. See down underneath it says max capacity 2 of 20 under the Genesis. You're only allowed 20 scrolls with this build, so if you want to be choosy, that's good if you're on a class that. Now that's really good to get early. That will get my health up. You've got to be within 7 meters, and I'll get an extra. I got 50. I'll be 250 health. That'll make this run much more successful. I'm going for defensive. That gives me 30% damage with that out. Again, always upgrading my offhand. Don't worry about main hand ever. So as soon as you get your offhand, you'll never swap from an Argus or a Wild Hunt. I'll do that. I probably won't get that because I'll do it for now, but won't need it. I'm going to go up to where the new craftsmen are spawned. You can see at the top of the screen that little line says it's coming assault, it's going to spawn. Now when it runs out that line, so the enemies are coming. Now what I'm going to do here is just upgrade my offhand. Look on the vendor for scrolls. That's a bad one that can hurt you unless you've got a life steal. It's not good for my build, but really good for others that reload. And I haven't got ammo extractor yet in Ascension. Now I'm set up level 9 and I'm set up for the run. Now I just got ammo extractor, means reloading my shoot my weapon here, it's just killing, reload, like going back, never emptying out that I've got to do a proper reload. It's like 65, 64, 65. There will be scrolls that do that for you as well. Now the brilliance is you've got your offhand weapon that will never change for the whole run now. Useless that one, I don't know why they put it in the game, all useless. You don't want to do resolute on a shield build, you don't want anything slow, you have your shield recharge. Now I use this circuit just round and around because I want the enemies to drop the weapons close to the vendor, and it's not dangerous yet. I've got no defensive skills in the game yet, just got that. Perfect time if you get that early in the game, it makes you immune to the chests. So I could have done that chest earlier and gave me health, it's decent. Never take a cursed scroll. Might stop elemental damage or main weapon damage. Notice this weapon does not rainbow, doesn't crit unless you right click it like that on an enemy's crit spot. Which you don't need at this point, but it is good at bossing. You put it on his head, which is a crit spot, and get crits. I'm getting good choices here. Yeah, I'm just looking, so there's the Wild Hunt. It's got 12 times 164, and you can see here, again, game pauses for solo. It's got 13, so it's got a higher projectile count. I've leveled it, so the base damage is similar on both weapons. It's only, what's that, about a 6 to 7% increase over the Argus. So the Wild Hunt's sufficient. The way the spores works is the projectile count and the base damage, the highest of those two is planted by the main weapon. So you must have a fast firing weapon. This weapon does 1,342 every 100 seconds. That's why it's planting spores so well, so quickly. Now, it's not even getting a chance to plant spores because it's pew-pewing, but later on when you're doing elites and that. Now, I've just got an upgrade of my weapon. Control swaps to my Argus, and then control swaps back to my weapon. That's the last two weapons that you use, press 1 and 2 on the keyboard, and always cycle for upgrade. And it pauses while you're choosing. Got a bit confused about that because it was always showing me to upgrade my main weapon and I didn't want to do it. I didn't know how. The first couple of runs, like, what's going on here? I want to upgrade my defend. It also pauses when you're at the vendor and the peddler, so upgrading and that, not going to get killed like when you're doing 2-player or 4-player. It's hectic, you're going to get someone to cover your back near the vendor while you're re-rolling, otherwise you can die in that instance. Bullet Bank's really good for classes that are struggling with ammo. It'll pick up any of the 3 that drop and add it to your main. I'm not going to do it. I'm going to see what scrolls I get here and toss them out if they're not good. Stone Skin's great. Preemptive Strike, useless for mine. It's sniper build. It's never full. Well, I suppose it is a little bit. I'm not selecting now, but that's the Stone Skin. Minus 30% now. I've got to get my veteran up. I forgot about that. Ammo extractor doesn't destroy my ammo for this class, but it gives me base weapon damage. Not like anything does that. You can see there, I've only got 5 at the moment. I'm going to be close to the enemies to upgrade veteran. I'm forgetting about that sometimes, especially when I'm commentating. There's another injector drop. I just saw a rainbow. So I get right up to them before I press my mouse button. They're not too dangerous at this point in the game, but I haven't got defensive on them. Movement speed's just critical for this game. The bunny, no, look, this is all it now. Movement melt. Just melt. Throw. Don't have defensive, so I'm playing a bit careful. But the rainbow, you can shoot through walls, through. Now I get my first copy. I'm level 21. Now that's really good for mine because shooting when I get my ascensions, which I don't now, but shooting my swords, my E key, gives me protection and shield back quickly if I get it. Now that's really good if you are reloading a lot. Won't really make a difference on my class, but I'll choose it quickly just for now. That's what I'm after. So that will start to get my shield regenning. And then change. Press C to upgrade. Don't need it on here. Do want that. That is really either that or the corrosion shard. Even if you're not doing corrosion, it means you're immune to slows from the octopuses and the kappas, which can kill you because they slow you in a shark or just chain you in. So I always want to get. I usually get it most runs. What have I got? Firearm specialist. Now I would normally choose firearm now if I was rolling, but I don't have a lot of stuff. And buffer shield. Sometimes buffer shield first and firearms. It's a bit harder, but I was going to risk it now because I lose essence on the second account. Now I want to go over to here and upgrade. Then I'm going to press F to start it early. I didn't look at that injector. Now the other thing is you can pick up a weapon and have a look just by pausing like that to see what's on it. Lucky shot chance at 40%. Crit, this weapon doesn't crit enemies, so that's going to help. That might be better. I'm going to reports on that. That's got 60, just baseline lucky. And that's got, give it a go. It'll help for the single targets because it will stack lucky shot up higher. A bit risky here, get in there. Let me show you just how useless it is killing stuff without spores. It just doesn't, that's what the different spores makes. Now we're going to reforge to spores and now look at the difference. I've tried on the Crown Prince and that. My asthma builds, combustion builds, spores, just since they didn't change to all. I just can't beat it. It works for every single hero. Much more consistent for R8 runs. Yeah, that's good for my build. Now it's the corrosion shard. I'm glad it turned up. I normally wouldn't choose it because I've got the slow boots, but I would do it with I might get a good radioactive glove later on, which means it slows the enemies. You slow the enemies, and you do more damage. So I'll choose it for now, and I can drop it if I need it. Also, one is the fire shard, as I said, because the lobsters can melt you if you get into fire. So even though you're not doing burning damage. Now you could play more defensively, I think. I haven't got really a lot of defensive, there's another weapon. Gotta look at it. That first one is no good to me because I'm not reloading. Magazine capacity is really good. It might be good for another, if I was on another hero. Burning's useless, but rate of fire after killing an enemy. I'm going to do that just to see. So I'm going for rate of fire now. Just killing enemies all the time, so probably half and half because the other one had lucky chance, which would be good for elites. But just showing you that rate of fire killing enemies really does destroy. Yeah, it's useless. It might be good for me because I go through so much. I forgot about my veteran again. Damage restore. That's just a defensive again, always trying to choose defensives. Get this veteran out of the way. It shows you the count down bottom. I've got 26 only that I've killed close. This then just goes to the next thing. If you hold it down too long, everything's dead. Just try to sort of circle strafe around enemies. They can't hit you as easily when you're moving. That's why movement is really crucial. Normal speed scroll, ostrich moves, whatever they're called. Catfish can hurt. They knock you back and stun you for a second. On this class, you can play bundle warlike braids really important. Two that you're really going for in this class is that one and that one. Only want one of that, maybe two, and that one there is really good. If you know there's a channel by a guy called Slight RNG, and he has the best content on how to beat R8 stuff and different builds and what sections to choose. I would have no idea how to play this class without his content. He's a real legend. I mean, he really goes through everything in great depth, but even if you just pause the video and try the builds from the first part of the screen, he's a good source to go. If I remember, I'll try to link it later in the comments. He got me my first R8 kill, understanding this bundle class and how the ascensions actually work. I've only been playing this game a couple of months. But really like the roguelike games, and it's the first game I played this. Just got a cursed chest now. I got the immunity. I'm going to go down in that one day. The one that's really good is replacing all normal. Well, I'm going to do that. I'm going to do that and that for now, but never do that if you don't have the immunity. Upgrade. No. I'll do that one, that gives me damage. Anything that's weapon damage. And my health's always full because I'm doing shielding. I just got warlike blade, pedal. Start pew-pewing more. Just rate of fire. That's what it's giving me. Played all the classes, though. The melee classes are not so proficient out there, riskier for solo runs in my opinion. Bunny really is, out of everything, more consistent for me. Maybe I just know it better, but it just has defense, high movement. Good as it need. I don't know if I can get that veteran up, it's a bit risky. Okay, I'm going to try a little bit harder. Just cycling a bit. Keep everything close. There. I do like that because I can feel I've got nothing for gold. I don't have anything to spend it on. The other thing is there is a option that you need to buy 20 weapons or fenders, which you never have money for because you're always upgrading. This is a good way of unlocking that that option, which I don't even use, but you know. That 40% speed after dash is nice for the boss, but I'm going to do the weapons for now. See those catfish, don't like them, they knock you back. What am I up to? I'm up to 100 now, and my veteran. Just got to keep them close. Our monks are starting to spawn. You can hear those lands coming. I just want to get them down. So monks are the danger now. It's good to get veteran up with that, but you know, if I'm mistaken. I haven't got a lot of defense right now. I'm running up to 123. Bottom of the screen, the green man tells me I only get to 200. That would be 250 health, which means if I make a mistake on the boss, I get a big hit. Okay, the timer's run out. It's all based on timers, this. What's that got? Further away, 50% lucky chance, 80% power, making crits. It's got 70% lucky shot chance. Stability doesn't make any difference. I'm not going to be further away. What's it got again? This has got 50% rate of fire. I'm going to swap to that for a second so it doesn't despawn. Come back to it. I'll just drop it at the vendor. Let me just actually re-roll it quick. It's just wonderful not having to worry about money. Now I've got to get down to that chest and the new vendor to upgrade my Argus. Ninja's good. Lucky shot chance again. It's decent. Well, for this class. I'm just looking for scrolls on that now, nothing else. And 1, 2. By the end of the run, your Argus will be 24 plus levels. If you don't forget to upgrade it and lose your description. I haven't got one on that, so I hope it doesn't replace the light of the fire. Rate of fire. That's alright, but it did replace my rate of fire mongrel. Again, I'm not bothered because it's pew-pewing at the moment. And I get another weapon drop anyway, probably. This will hit 2 beams now. So the second beam is 50%, but you can see they die at the same time because spores just destroys. It's pretty fun. The music's pretty like chill in here. Just doing solo runs with music. Just when I want to break from the R8 or the failed R8. Because I'm trying to do it on all tunes. I just come and do a run or two of this and chill out. I'm running into enemies because I've got one sword guard. I'm not a great defensive, but if you haven't got it, you might want to go backwards and just let them follow you and play defensively. I do have a stone guard, like that helps. Means I've sort of got minus 30% all the time. If you had buffer shield, you'd be much more resilient. That's why I usually choose that after firearm. Don't have the essence to re-roll in this video. Got the 100% weapon damage, which this doesn't do crits because it's all white numbers. Unless I planned that it will do crits on the boss because I'll make it and everything's done so quickly I can name my right trigger. I'll do this until it heats up, this circuit, just because it's a nice easy circuit and you're going to jump over the walls and they sort of don't get a chance to shoot you for a second when they jump down. Shoot stuff up like that and shoot underneath. For stuff that is dangerous, elites, you can shoot through walls. Now these guys are spawning now, this is where you want those, you want the one that either, I don't really need that anymore. They can't be slowed, or the corruption one is the one that stops you getting slowed. I had both images to show you. I'll drop the slows before the boss and maybe choose some other scrolls. I've got an upgrade for my gun, so change to my gun, upgrade. That's the flame shard. I'm going to choose that because of the lobsters, just to show you. The fire on the ground won't hurt me anymore. I'm going to do that because my weapon is putting my bloom on. It means they're not hitting me as hard, and I'm moving fairly fast. How many are down here on the bottom right under flowing wind? You can see I'm 16 of 20. I've got to start getting a little bit careful there. So it's 45 seconds, but it might help on the boss a big hit if I don't get more defenses. I'm getting hit all the time. so that probably helps. Almost 17 to 20. It's just that even though I'm getting hit, my swords are sort of filling up my shield to compensate. So I've only got one of those at the moment. Really, ideally, I'd want 3 of those. And to really destroy, I'd want 3 of those. But if you're looking for build and information on how your hero works, Slide usually has it. Okay, that one. As you can see that the top little slider is heading towards another set of elite spawning and a second goblin spawn. Preferably I'd like defensive to choose shield button, but I haven't got the essence to reroll too much, so maybe not. The battle starts getting really fierce right now. The beauty about getting spores early is you get to this point really quickly, and you get levels and ascensions a lot more than you would otherwise. So I'm 39 already, and I haven't even got to the second spawn point. Even if I failed at this point I will fail a bit later. Now the elites come out. You can get around a corner with these and just kill. That's another elite. Look at it. They're usually hard. This guy, the pew-pews, you can just get out of line of sight for a second. That other guy's coming to the right. Get around the corner here. He's dead. At this point you want to go around and just see what's dropped. That's a 13. Rate of fire on crit, which is no good. Crit's no good. Lucky sound, that's not helpful. Now what have I got? Don't need any of that. I'll just do weapon damage. It's probably not great, but it doesn't really matter. What's this one got? It's not brilliant, but I'll just swap to it. Okay, they're going to spawn. I better go to the vendor and see what scrolls are on it. Upgrade my Argus. That's good for some classes that struggle with ammo. It's good if you're using the radioactive glove. Don't need ammo extractor. I do want that. Oh, I've got triple comeback. I'm going to choose that. I've probably got my 20 scroll capacity. But that lifesaver one I just got a chance at. It's very nice. Okay, no. Upgrade. It's going to get pretty crazy now. I've got 2 chests, but I do have immunity. So I'm looking for a weapon, like, for instance, that one. Oops, better get that over here. And drop it. I'll just get it pre-ready. And have it there in case one of the chests is to replace normal skill sheets. So the one I just dropped. Oh no, this is something new. Rate of fire plus 25%. Not really great, but I'll give it a go for a second. Oh, there's my one that I dropped. Get a bit confusing when there's so many weapons on the ground. It's got 2 beams, I'm going back to that. Still not getting defensive choices. A couple of those sword guards would be really nice. The ones that doing my sword fills up my shield. I've got triple comeback, so you can see my health's lowered and my shield's lowered. Because I got veteran, even if I get really hit hard, it's unlikely to kill me. No, not veteran, well, veteran and triple comeback. Could play defensively to make sure. There's the sharks this morning now, really dangerous. Sharks and lobsters are going to spawn here in months. You could just do the big circuit if you want to ensure not to die. Because I know eventually will come back. Not too bothered if I slip up. Just trying to make the video faster. Just got a chest spawn. It's down below. What I do when I was first learning, let me go in this one. No good. Well, what just happened? It just despawned on me? You're kidding me. Just dropped that on it. Just wondering what happened then. Upgrade my Argus. So the base damage in the Argus is 13 by 378. It's getting really nice now. I'm immune to any curse stuff. In this choice, it's usually best to go rare scroll. You could get a legendary. I'm going to do that now. Especially if you've got movement speed, you might get ostrich boots, but just you can either get a normal. I'll do that. How many scrolls have I got? I'm now at my 20 capacity. Curse scrolls don't count towards your 20 scrolls, by the way, that you can have. Okay, heading back up. Have the lobsters coming soon. So I'm really wanting to kill monks as they spawn the lands. They teleport to you and suck your health, some of them. I'm wanting to kill sharks. I would want to kill octopuses and cappers if I didn't have the slow, because they can really kill me. And catfish can stun you enough that a shark gets a chain off on you or something. There's another curse to spawn. The spawn points are here. They'll spawn here if I waited long enough. Spawn point over where this chest is, they'll start leaping over the fence if I stay here too long. Again, the chest's legendary scroll. Now I'm going to do that because I could get the feline here. It's risky, but why not? Less health. I do have triple comeback, so I wouldn't have chosen it probably without that. But and I had veteran, so it's not like my health's non-existent. You can shoot stuff through floors, look at that, it's so nice. So you can actually get underneath the lobsters and line of sight them and shoot them without having them be able to bomb you. See, they just poured to you, those guys. There's the lobsters. I'm going to melt the normal ones, but the enhanced ones, which are the ones in blue, can take a while to kill. Level 44 now. I'll probably get up to close to 50. Okay, the peddler just appeared. So I always want to just go straight to that. Firstly, to know where it is to upgrade. But secondly, always go there so I don't forget to get my Argus up. My Argus up to 24 now. You'll be minimum that if you don't kill as fast, but this will give me another 2 levels. 1, 2. I always have a look for scroll. Non-elemental weapons. This hasn't got a lot of base damage, so that's probably not helpful for this, but I'm up to 20, I won't choose anything. That's not bad. Let me see, cull my scrolls time. I don't need that because I've got my boots. Just going to keep that for the lobsters. I don't really need that because my start recharging whenever I press my E key for me. Do want that for movement. Don't want that. Don't need that. Now I've got a bit more flexibility what to choose. I'll give that a go, why not? Okay. Pick up your upgrades and I'll check the bullet light there. Can't remember all the defensive abilities, but like the monkey has, whenever he does essence chain, gives it defensive, enemies don't hit. The Crown Prince really is just his orb and CC, you know, it's like something grabs you and kill it quick. The dog, dual wielding, you want to get that whenever you're in that, you can get that all the time. You get health regen, like increase, so that when you're bossing and doing stuff, you're basically healing the whole time. And that scroll that turns your shield all into health is really good for the dog. That would kill my build because my shield wasn't specific. Now these guys are dangerous. You know, see down through the floor, it's just killing stuff down the stairs. Lobsters are the key at this point. Lobsters, sharks, and these guys, though they can't slow me, especially if you haven't got a slow reduction. She'll come back. Let me play a bit more defensive. It's my first. Buffer shield, that wouldn't kill me with buffer shield. So if you've got plenty of essence to roll, you've already upgraded everything, get buffer shield. Really should get a better main weapon. I haven't got a great main weapon. That's an elite. It melts the elites. This is a good little gauntlet spot. Get them around the corner, through the corner. Now, no resistant to fire. Okay, shark. Just going to go around and get some of these lobsters down. See, the fire's not hurting you there. Actually, if I had a fire weapon, which I know, it would give me double damage on that. Whoa, something hit me. You run around a bit. What have I got? Still not defensive stuff. That's defensive, but not brilliant. And if you just start to get like a bit sketchy here, just run around a big circle like this, and the other stuff's chasing you. Get rid of the monkeys and that spawn to you, and you just progressively cull them down. You can shoot them down for those guys, they can't hit you. Lobster. Let's go for them downstairs again. Be nice to get a good weapon before bossing, but should be sufficient if I don't. So all I'm looking for now is maybe a better upgrade on my main hand. It's a shotgun. And those defensive essentials that I might not get. Or a scroll. So maybe the chance of that is getting slim now. Imagine if you just had like a angelic war or something having to aim at these guys with them all chasing you. That's why the injectors, there's only 2 auto targets in the game. reality I love the rainbow. You can shoot through walls, so it's the safest to play with. And you can mark the crits pop in the bossing, so it's not like you don't do crits, but you can't do that with the platform. Let's get rid of these guys, they are annoying and dangerous. What's that guy left behind? Now after we hit the last section, there's the elite. You can just kill the elites on the stage and all the enemies die. But I try to kill the other to get high levels. I'll take that. How many am I up to? And they don't count those, by the way. I mean, your curse scrolls don't count. And I have a few. I think got 3, so that's 45 weapon damage. With that scroll I just got. Just say the scroll in case you don't know it. Is for every curse scroll you gain 50% weapon and skill damage, which I'm not too bothered about. Skill is just for defensive and survival now. It's doing something much better. Now this guy's dangerous. So you can just get behind something like that, he shoots at you like he's dead. So if you're really worried like that, you can just go above him. Oh, and it jumped up. That's my triple come back on. What am I up to? 100? Yeah, it's gone. So. Oh no, I got one left. Oh, what's got me? A shark? No, I have used it. I don't know why my health is low. Oh, I better get rid of that one now. Something's wrecked my... oh there, my health's back. Just glitched. At least popping out. Triple gum, come back and glitch it for a second. So, we can get behind. Just got the monk to get, this is over. So I've still got that guy, he's dead. Just looking for the monk, there he is, that should finish. Arms dealer's good damage reduction, which I'll get. How many scrolls have I got? I'm 17, so I'll do that for survival. Now there's the elite. Now that's it, boss time. $48, so I've got up to 51 with just better ascensions that I just kill quicker in the time. Which gives you a bit max, but this is plenty sufficient to kill the boss if I'm successful. I didn't get a lot of defensive, only one of those. And I haven't got buffer shield, so it might or might not be successful, just depending upon the RNG of the boss. Not good. Now don't go past these vendors, you just step past a little bit and the boss starts and you don't get to upgrade like that. Like I've had a friend just bounce around here and run around and bang, you're in there. Right click to put the place marker on the top so you get crit, it's in the yellow now. Just keep moving. Just doing my E for shield for the moment. Now you want to go close to avoid that swipe and then usually far. Then keep moving while the red thing's around you. Right place your marker again. Keep moving with that. The red circles spawn under you and damage you. Now you can actually go through here. Now stay behind for this part. Look at me melting the shield. Because I can shoot and protection. And he's dead. And that wasn't really with a great weapon. And then that's not working here. That's redundant here. That's useless. And that's useless. So none of those. It's all just that planting the spores. 13 times 427 to kill that boss that quick. I didn't even get a lot of defenses then. That's why sort of weapons, I didn't use my skills except to get shield back and I didn't even get hit, so that's it. Best of luck. I might put up videos doing it one on each class just to show you the choices to make, but that will take a little bit of time. And just to go back to the screen here, crucial, 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 optional, crucial, optional. So you can fill those with other things your class might like. Catch you later.